Hey guys, I'm Jacqueline,
And I'm Marcella.
and we are here to talk all about Lucifer, the entire season.
Yes, so we put off doing this a little while. If you guys haven't seen our finale reaction, the camera actually we were having problems with it. I think it died. We ran out of space or something. I don't remember
Yeah.
which, and we couldn't do a formal review right after we watched it. Um, because of that, we ended up having to say goodbye on a phone. It was just crazy. So we didn't end up filming that night. And then we wanted to kind of think about the season because we sat there and we watched it straight through, 8 hours. We didn't get up. We got Adam Maria brought pizza to the couch. We didn't get up at all. We sat there and we watched the whole season or the whole second half of the season, 8 episodes. So yeah, we just felt like it went very quickly, so we needed to kind of think about what we've watched, if that makes sense. But yeah, so we want to talk about the season as a whole and all of our thoughts on that with you guys.
Went very quickly, the last episode in particular. I feel like this is mostly going to be about the last few episodes because we did do a review where we talked about our thoughts for the first episode of the second half, and we talked about the musical episode. But we
Yeah, so
did
we
want to
did the
talk more
first two
about
episodes of the second half.
Yeah, but we did want to talk more about the last I want to say the last two, because those were the most a roller coaster, an emotional roller coaster. It felt like this season we were just going, tra la 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 la, everything's fine, and then we smashed into a tree. That's how it felt. It was we're just going on our way, and then boom, before we knew it, everything was happening at the same exact time, and it was just
Yeah.
wild. Okay, if you have not seen any of Lucifer this second half of the season, we're gonna tell you to leave and go watch it. I feel like this is
Yeah,
gonna
this is
be
gonna be spoilery. We're
this
not
is gonna
gonna
be spoilery. We're gonna yeah,
yeah, we're
we're
gonna
gonna talk
spoil
all about
everything for you, so definitely don't watch this if you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled.
yeah.
So damn.
And so it seems like, according to the comments that we got on our video, that we will be seeing Dan again
I
next
am shocked
season.
by that.
Which makes sense because I feel like we can't just leave it where Dan is in hell and we don't know what happened to him. That's so wrong, especially for such a loved character like that. And
I
I
guess that
get,
does make sense. We have to get him out of hell. I forgot we didn't fix that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I,
So
yeah,
I guess we're mainly going to see him though in his hell loop.
yeah.
And then we're going to have to somehow get him to not feel guilty and stuff. Cause it's like if you die with guilt, that's you go to hell on the show. So I guess we're gonna try to get him to like I don't know, get over that. That way he will go to heaven, I guess, after that. I don't really know the way that it really works. If
I
you're already in hell, can you and are you able to break out of your hell loop
I
or
feel like we're gonna do something where the way I see Dan's story ending is I feel like he's gonna end up finding Charlotte somehow in the afterlife, in heaven.
Mhm.
And I think he's gonna find her in heaven and they're gonna be together in heaven. That's what I really hope happens, because I just feel like he deserves to be happy, and it makes me really sad that because he felt guilty when he died, he just automatically went to hell. That just doesn't sit right with me. And I feel like I get, and the whole thing is okay, that's why that was Lucifer's big drive to wanting to become God and not let Michael become God and all of that. I get I understand why they did it, why they had to kill Dan, because they needed something that would make Lucifer go over the edge and be okay, now I understand what my purpose is. I need to do this for the right reasons and not what I was originally doing. So
yeah. I think it was that, and it's a very uh, like ordinary death, I guess is the word, because with a show like this, we have so many supernatural kinds of deaths, like shows like this. So I feel like like he just died in the line of duty, that kind of thing.
But
Even
I
though like we know that like obviously Michael had like a part in it. Um but I feel like it was also to
Mhm.
show that because they go on all of these like dangerous missions on this show like for their jobs and stuff, and like we're seeing now, I guess, how dangerous it really is
Yeah, I
because of
mean,
what happened with Dan.
I really, yeah, I agree. I really like the way that they had Dan die because it was so real, and I feel like a lot of people who have lost people in a way on the line of duty were able to kind of see that and not like appreciate it being done on screen, but kind of relate to it maybe. Like there was a respect in that, like a respect
Yeah.
for the people who die in the line of duty. Like there's like that one scene at the funeral when they hand Trixie the American flag, and that
Yeah.
part just like killed me.
I will say with Dan's death is that I realized this when I was editing, because when I edit, I kind of go back and like I'm like kind of rewatching it in a way. It's much faster, but I'm like seeing all the scenes again. And they foreshadow Dan's death so much in the couple episodes before where
Like
like we should have seen it.
he explodes.
There's a couple other things too that like I can't remember now, but um yeah, like there's so many little things where they hint that he's going to die, and I can't believe that like we didn't see it. I guess because we watched it so quickly, maybe we just like we kept going that we didn't like really like absorb it. I don't know, but
Well,
yeah, it was definitely foreshadowed.
I think also they like I guess they wanted him to have like all those scenes with everybody, and I never thought that they would do this to Dan because of Trixie. Honestly, like I always thought like he was a safe character because he has a daughter and he's such a loved character, and he's kind of like, I don't want to say he's like the comic relief, but he's so great in like his dynamic with like Lucifer and Chloe. I like his friendship with Chloe. Like that's something like I've always appreciated about this show was, when you first meet Dan, he's like the ex-husband and you obviously ship like Decker Star. So you're like, "Oh my gosh, like I don't want them to
Yeah,
break
you think that
up."
like you're gonna hate him.
Yes, and I love that they never really went there. They never went there again, really. And they established him on his own. They showed him as an amazing father, an amazing friend, a great cop, and I really really appreciated that because I feel like there's so many predictable ways that his arc could have went,
Mhm.
and they did such a great job just like making him the how he was. And yeah, I think yeah, the way that he dies, it's obviously really sad because he died with guilt, and that's like, oh my god, and he was like so scared, and he held on for Chloe, and it was
Yeah,
terrible.
it was a really brutal death. It
It was
was. It
hard. It
was
was
very
very
violent, very devastating and sad. So I really hope that he gets like that gets fixed next season and he's not in hell and he can rest in peace in heaven and all of that, which I'm so curious on how this is going to work next season with Lucifer
hmm
being God.
hmm
Like
yeah.
the last like 15 minutes of the finale were insane.
Yeah.
I went back like actually today and I was like rewatching it, and like it's so crazy. Like it's definitely like the craziest like ending of Lucifer, like finale of any of the seasons. But I really liked it. Like I thought it was
Yeah.
definitely unpredictable. We didn't see any of that coming.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, like it was great. Like I loved how they had like it was just really fast. Like so it was like a lot to digest. Like literally like Chloe dies, sees her dad in heaven. Lucifer goes to heaven to
To
get
save
her
her.
and then brings her back and then becomes God ultimately.
I
And
love the moment though where like Chloe comes back and Michael's about to like kill her again, and then she just like goes at it.
yeah, she just goes to town and just gets out
hmm
all of her frustration, and it's just such a
Yeah.
mood. And you really root for her in those moments when she's going at it because like same Chloe, like same. But no, I love the finale. I really did. I loved like the season in general. I think like I'm just kind of like unsettled because like I just feel like I'm happy that we have a season 6 because I feel like I need Dan to be happy and like I need closure on like a lot of the other characters.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if we didn't have all those loose ends to tie up, they could have ended the show like how the finale ended for season 5. I'm
Oh
kind of
yeah.
surprised they didn't.
Yeah. No, they absolutely could have
I feel
ended.
like that would have been like an end where it was like, okay, like all that stuff happened and Lucifer like is God. That would have been a good ending, and you would have assumed that Chloe would have had a part in that. But because you have Dan in hell and we just don't have like all the answers that we need.
Yeah. Well,
So
I feel like exactly. Like I just feel like it's not complete yet. Like, and I'm excited that I'm very curious how the show is going to end now.
where, yeah,
Because
like now I'm kind of like,
like
what are
did
we
they
gonna do now in the end of season 6?
and like I also still want to know like did they really make the devil God? Like is God like really like out of the loop now? Like is he like
Yes,
what does this
Lucifer's God.
mean?
That's how he was able to do that at the end.
But, like what does this mean? Like I feel like this has to
That's
mean
where like
something.
I'm assuming we're gonna spend a lot of time in heaven in season
Yeah.
6. But it's which like is cool and everything, but also how are we like what is going to happen with Decker Star? Because
Yeah.
Chloe can't just like come and go in heaven as she pleases. Like it's not like Amenadiel can fly up there, but Chloe can't fly up to heaven. Like she can't come and go.
Yeah. Oh my
So is she gonna
god.
be like helping him but like on Earth, and like he's gonna go back and forth like because she quit her job. So we're not it's not gonna be the typical like them working together on the case type.
I just got like really sad because like what I feel like they're gonna do? Like I feel like they're gonna do like something like Titanic. Like I feel like she's gonna like they're gonna reunite in heaven when she dies. Like I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna have to say goodbye. She's gonna live her life, like a full life until she's like elderly. Like a full
Oh,
life.
like he's gonna try to like the whole season is going to be him trying to be God, like while he's still on Earth and everything, and then he's gonna realize that it's too big of a job, and then he's gonna go to heaven and be like, "We'll meet again one day," and then we're gonna get like an epilogue of Chloe like dying or something. I see, maybe, but I also don't think that the writers are that sappy. Like,
Listen,
I don't think we're gonna get that's like almost like a fan fiction ending.
dude, I can like literally like I'm like crying just like thinking about this.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get that. I wouldn't hold your breath for that
I
kind of Decker Star ending.
feel like what it is, and like I actually like talked about this so many times. Like I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to bring it up because like I don't want to bring it up, but I'm gonna have to bring it up. But it like I always thought like the 100 was gonna end like that.
Okay,
Like
no, stop it. We're not talking about the 100.
but like I always thought that like we're gonna get like that. Like I love Titanic. Like I fucking love Titanic. I love that movie. I love the ending of them
It's a
reuniting.
devastating ending.
I know it's devastating, but I love the movie and I love how they reunited in heaven. Like it's just like a hopeful ending, even though it's sad and even though Jack could have fit on the door.
Oh, that yeah.
But like I always like that ending. Like I feel like the ending is hopeful. So like I feel like with a show like Lucifer, where you have I mean, can you really have like a happy ending for them? Can that really happen? And I feel like the only way that can really happen is if they get to live a life together in heaven. And the only way that's going to happen is if Chloe dies again. But she died and he brought her back and obviously he's on earth, but will he be able to do everything that God does while he's on earth? That's like going to be the
Yeah.
biggest question.
I don't think I think that's going to be very hard in season 6. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Um oh, I really apart from like Lucifer being God and Chloe and all of that, I really loved all the scenes with Maze and Eve.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so happy that they finally got together. All
Yeah.
those scenes were wonderful. It was really crazy when Eve got shot. and then the whole thing with Maze being afraid to lose her. I'm glad that that got solved pretty quickly though, and we kind of didn't beat around the bush of them getting together.
I think I really liked how what they did with Maze this season, because I feel like how she grew to have a soul and like a conscience, like, and how
Hmm.
she learned to like understand that, and then she became terrified of it because like having feelings like that, it's she's not used to that, she's not
Yeah.
used to
We
having
saw
that.
that with Dan's death with Maze when she broke down.
Yes, I loved how they did that because, like, she had to kind of understand, like, what it is kind of to be human and to feel grief. That's something so devastating and it's so hard, and grief stays with you forever. And I think that um, she had to learn how to process that. And I really liked those conversations, how like Amenadiel was there to kind of like help her through it too. And what's so cool is like we have these beings really, like Maze is like a demon. Amenadiel is a human, like, is not human, he's an angel, but they're human because they're on Earth. So they have to understand what these feelings are that people deal with, like humans deal with on like a daily basis, like part of life. And even though that they know that there is an afterlife and they know that heaven exists, obviously, it's still difficult for them to experience it on Earth
Hmm.
and say goodbye, kind of.
Yeah. Very interested in what they're going to do with Ella in season 6 because we got her this season where that darkness kind of came out and she was explaining how she has these thoughts sometimes and they're very dark, which is very interesting, and I think that we're going to dive into that a little bit more in season 6 and exactly why she's having those thoughts. I mean, she went through so much, um with
Hmm.
like the killer that she was dating
Yeah.
and all of that that went down. So yeah, hopefully we get more of that because that was really interesting. I did love the scene of her with God. I thought that
Yeah.
was really, really well done.
Yeah, I thought that was great too. I really liked what I really want them to kind of explore with that is, and I feel like the show kind of straddles that line of balancing like the theme of good versus evil, but also kind of embracing both and understanding like very, it's very Raylo and very Star Wars, but like there's a light and dark inside,
Hmm.
and it's also kind of like Harry Potter-ish, but like how there's both. And I just like think like Dumbledore, like it's light and dark, and it's like what you choose to act on kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like it would be interesting to kind of talk about that theme when it comes to Ella next season. I think that could be really, really good. And yeah. I also really liked like, and obviously we need to get more of, I like seeing Linda and Amenadiel as parents, and we need to get more of that next season because that was also kind of left on, like we still don't really know much about the baby.
Yeah, I mean we know that he's mortal though.
Yeah, but I feel like we need to see more of like Amenadiel understanding that he's mortal and what comes with that, because now that he just experienced like he just saw like death and all of that. Like I don't know, like I feel like there needs to be more of that too next season. Like more,
Yeah.
like I want to see them be parents more. Like I want to see more of the baby because I really like that, especially Linda. Now that like Charlie's sister's here, like like we found out we met Linda's daughter, and
Yes,
Linda.
that was I love that. And that Linda got to like finally, I mean she really didn't tell her daughter kind of like found out, but I really loved how now she's going to be in her life and all of that, I'm assuming. So
Yeah, I
hopefully
really,
we'll get a few scenes of her
yeah.
bonding with her brother. That would be
Yeah.
really, really cool.
I really like how they explored Amenadiel becoming a cop because I think that's perfect for him, and I'm really excited that we're going to see that next season because I think that's just such a great idea because that's like it's literally like the perfect job for him, like his personality and how he wants goodness and how he could bring out the goodness in people. And I really appreciate how they're going that route. I think it's going to be really cool, and it's going to be very different because I feel like we're not going to have like the cop setting and setups and stuff because Chloe quit unless she gets her job back, which I don't think that she will, honestly. Like, I feel like she quit. I
No, it's a cool it's a cool way to keep like I guess it's not going to be the same thing because Chloe was a detective.
Mhm.
Um so it'll be a little different, but it's cool that we'll be able to kind of see like cases and like crime in that way still on the show through a meta deal. And
Yeah.
I love how Dan was the one who submitted like the application before he died. Like that was just like
It pulls at your heartstrings, like, it
yeah, it
really.
really does. That and how Ella had met the guy that he wanted to set Ella up with. I wonder if that's going to be something in season 6 with Ella. I think that would be nice because that was somebody who Dan like wanted to set her up with.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's gonna be a thing, but we'll see.
I really hope it is because I feel like that's kind of where they're bringing Ella's character is, like, she needs, like, a good guy to be there for her, like, I feel like that would be really great, and,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I'm really like, I think, like, the biggest things that, like, it's gonna be very different not having Dan around because Dan was such a huge part of the show. Like, it's gonna be very strange not having him there during cases and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I think that's also for Chloe, like, how difficult it would be to be a detective without him. So
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's best that she stepped away and she's not going to be doing that anymore. And she'll kind of put her energy into really helping Lucifer rule the universe.
well, that's what I mean. So maybe, like, something can happen where Chloe can become because we know that she was a gift from God. So we know that she was sent to be with Lucifer, technically. Like, she was a gift for Lucifer. So maybe there's something that we don't know that we're going to find out about Chloe next season where she'll be able to be immortal and she'll be able to kind of go back and forth
I
between.
feel like that is just not like I don't want to think about like the possibility of that because imagine like them ruling heaven together. Like we're not gonna get that.
Listen, miracles can happen. Like, let us get a happy ending for this show. Like,
I'm not
please.
used to getting happy endings with shows that I watch. So
I know. That's why, like, I needed for this, like, out of, like, come on, like, give it to us with this one at least.
right.
Yeah. We'll be going live on June 21st on Monday that's coming up to talk
Mhm.
about Lucifer live with you guys. We're going to
Yes.
do a live stream where we'll be talking all about the season and all
It'll
about,
probably
like,
be around like 8 Eastern. Usually
yeah,
that's when we go live around that. Um Definitely follow us on Twitter for like the exact time of when we're going live. Um yeah, so you can check out all of our social media in the description below.
yes. And we hope to see you guys on Monday. Make sure notifications are on, and we'll talk all about Lucifer with you guys.
Yes.
And maybe we'll invite some of you guys to actually, like, come on here and talk with us. That would be really fun.
Yeah, that would be cool to have it be interactive. So definitely come and hang out with us on Monday.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.